Access Earth is a mobile app for iOS and Android that allows people to find places around them and then answer the yes or no accessibility questions as to whether it's accessible for them. So the initial problem that we were looking to solve was the disconnect between accessibility information available for businesses and whether that was applicable to user specific needs. So for example, I use a rollator, so that means that I have different needs to someone in a wheelchair. So really we were looking to define a set of criteria that was applicable to all forms of devices from wheelchair to walking stick. Why I started this was when I was in college, I wanted to go on holiday to London, so we found a hotel that said they were wheelchair accessible, but I get there and there's 3 steps up to the entrance. And that was a problem for me because if I couldn't get in and I use a rollator, someone in a wheelchair for sure couldn't get in. And that was what sort of set me down the path of looking to research this. It's like currently, at the time, businesses were only getting away with just a simple yes or no for wheelchair accessibility. But I know it's more than that. So we set about trying to create a series of yes or no questions that was much more applicable to the wider range of mobility devices available. Everything from the wheelchair to the rollator to the walking stick. So we knew that by building the app, the only way for us to actually succeed was to gather data. And we knew that the only way that we could do this was to involve the public from the very outset. So in addition to being involved in the initial design and development of the app, the public was tasked then to rate their local area. So that was the initial run through, was to encourage the public to rate their area for restaurants, hotels, coffee shops or theatres. Basically anywhere they would go to in their everyday life, we were encouraging them to answer those yes or no questions. So what a mapping event looks like is we get the local kind of chapters of the support organizations involved to the point where we give them a map of the local area, and these volunteers will go out and use the app and start answering the yes or no questions through Access Earth, which means that the data is immediately then available for anyone who at that same time may be looking for a hotel or restaurant. So the impact of this online data collection tool has been at multiple levels. So we found that we've been engaging with support organizations who their whole mission is to provide a better quality of life for their user base. So we've enabled them to provide their users with this information. We found that there's been impact at the local authority level. So Kildare County Council have approached us to do an accessibility audit of the county, which is something that we wouldn't have happened had we not initially engaged with the support organizations and got the public's involvement at that point. So really it's the impact is effectively limitless, because once you hit the local authority level, then you can go up to the more governmental level, and right now we're in negotiations with the International Paralympics Committee to get Tokyo mapped for the 2020 Paralympic Games, as well as with UEFA to potentially map the next Champions League. Really, this is something that anybody can contribute to. Anybody who knows someone with a wheelchair or any form of mobility device, or if you have a device yourself, anyone can answer these questions and provide this information to those who need it.